Nate and Elena get inside.
This part is so damn cool. Obviously,
YouTube's newest hero is here to save the day. His name, Kung Fu Hot Dog.
As you know, ladies and gentlemen, I am a big fan of the Uncharted games.
Well, that's why it has to be an inside job. From someone they know and trust.
Oh, okay, I see where this is going.
I'll just need a diversion. You give me 5 minutes in that tent, that's all it'll take.
Really? 5 minutes? Well, that's great. I won't even have to get my top off.
Chloe, I was thinking more like an explosion.
Or that.
Even the Golden Abyss, which is a fantastic handheld Vita game. But lo and behold, let's look at this article here from Insider Gaming. Now, this is really, I mean, the fact they're reporting on this YouTube video is incredible in itself. Now, Uncharted 4, an incredible documentary, reveals huge gameplay and story differences in the Amy Hennig version. You can tell I'm off the source today, by Andrew Heighton. Now, this is, I know most things already, especially at the time of its release. Bits of information was trickling out and we were all gathering everything. But this guy here, whose YouTube channel is called The Kempy, and I have given him a subscription, did some incredible data mining. You'll see it in the description of his video. But of course, they don't go into great depth here in the article. But the fact they actually highlighted it, so a big shout out to Insider Gaming for doing this. It is quite incredible. They've listed quite a few bullet points here, but I think it's better to actually see what's been uncovered than reading the actual thing. So here's the guy's channel. Phenomenal work, all in 2K, by the way.
On May 10th, 2016, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End released, marking itself as the final game in the saga of Nathan Drake.
And then we got
However,
Lost Legacy.
The version that we got isn't the same one that was originally being made.
Because some greedy Jew boy called Neil Druckmann thought he'll get his grubby little mitzy hands all over it, shove Amy Hennig out of the way, and give us this dog shit version instead.
Development began in 2011, shortly after the release of Uncharted 3. Naughty Dog were
Which is a great
operating in
game.
2 teams.
Almost
One
a great
working on
game,
The Last of
almost.
Us, the other on Uncharted 4.
And that was the problem. Yeah, you split the 2 teams up. One on, obviously, The Last of Us, which is obviously the greatest single-player game that Naughty Dog released at that point, before we got Uncharted 4. And why did he split the 2 teams up? I don't know, but this is how it goes.
In November 2013, a short teaser for Uncharted 4 was released, featuring a mysterious voice and hints about the game's story.
Todd Stashwick.
But then, in March 2014, creative director Amy Hennig left Naughty Dog. The game would go on to be reworked and finished without her. Amidst years of rumours and speculation, one question has always stood out to me. What was Amy Hennig's version of Uncharted 4?
Yep, I know a few bits and pieces.
I began making videos on Uncharted 4 back in 2018, starting with simple mods, then working my way up to covering cut content. In doing so, I began finding pieces of Uncharted 4 that didn't seem to be related to anything I recognised. References to levels that didn't exist, things in the story that didn't happen.
That's insane.
None of it made any sense, but I became determined to figure it out. I started collecting any scraps of information I could find.
I mean, the fact the guy went through .bin files, which, yeah, if you know where to look, I haven't searched for those type of files for years now, but if you do...
If you do, and if you do, and if you do...
And they're usually on various web sharing pages that you don't really talk about, or you do a random search, and all this stuff gets uncovered. So kudos to him for doing that, man.
About this other version of the game, be it things I found in the files or while searching online. Since
Hey,
then,
Richard
I've been
McGonagall.
able to put together what is, to date, the most definitive breakdown of the game that Amy Hennig and her team were working on between the years of 2011 to 2014.
Oh,
Now, there
Emily
are
Rose.
some fairly well-known things about this version of the game. If you don't know them, I'll get you up to speed. The primary antagonist, Rafe, was going to be played by Alan Tudyk instead of Warren Cole. Nathan
Bad
Drake's
choice.
brother, Sam, was going to be played by Todd Stashwick instead of Troy Baker. You can still hear Todd's voice in the game's initial teaser from 2013.
I lost 15
And it's interesting they didn't actually remove it.
buried alive.
Cutter from Uncharted 3 was also set to appear.
Great character.
But when the project changed hands in 2014, lots of work got thrown out, including cutscenes, levels, and gameplay mechanics.
Which does reinforce the
With
whole
all
idea
being
that there's a
said,
big crunch
you're now
culture
up
on
to
Naughty
speed
Dog
with
anyway.
how much people have known about this older iteration of the game. Now we can get into a lot more detail.
Yeah, and also they did a lot of copying and pasting of previous platform puzzles from the other games, but they've kind of reworked them into this. Like, again, I won't go through them, but if you play the other games, you'd actually know how to tackle the puzzles in Uncharted 4, which I think actually at the time it was kind of lazy and they couldn't be bothered to think about anything new to bring to the whole escapades of Nathan Drake and co.
So, if you haven't played it, I very much recommend that you do. Then come back and things will make a lot more sense. Just a heads up. The following is what I have pieced together and reconstructed from what I have available to me, stemming from a variety of sources that I've had over the years. Let's go over the game's original story. Unlike the final game, this version didn't have a playable orphanage flashback. Instead, an early idea was to have a short cutscene showing Nate as a young boy, being dropped off at the St. Francis Boys' Home orphanage. The game would then transition, showing Nate as an adult in a small prison cell.
Yeah, the orphanage stuff was okay, but I felt you didn't need it because they touched a lot upon that in Uncharted 3 when you see Nathan meeting a younger Sully for the first time and they team up. And I felt you didn't really have to give us more background on the Drake brothers. It kind of felt a little bit unnecessary. And if I play Uncharted 4 again, I might skip those scenes.
This would begin the game's first level, the prison. Similar to the final game, Nate and Sam are in this Panamanian prison deliberately. They're looking for
Can't stay out
information
of
and
Panamanian
artifacts
jails.
related
You overlooked one little detail, didn't you, partner? What? Face it, genius, you've been played. Oh, really?
to the legendary pirate Henry Avery. In these early level scripting files, the game refers to Sam as Broham, a placeholder name since at this very early stage in development they hadn't yet figured out what to call him.
It's amazing how
also
you got
worth
hold of
mentioning
these
that while
assets. It's
Sam
incredible.
and Nate knew they were brothers, we the player wouldn't be told this right away. Instead, this would be something the player would learn later in the story.
Yeah.
But when exactly, we don't know. After they've found what they're looking for, Nate and Sam are involved in a breakout. They get separated, and Sam gets caught. Inside the captain's quarters, a key, once belonging to Henry Avery. The game would then have given us a flashback hundreds of years ago to 1695.
Oh, cool.
We are suddenly playing as Henry Avery himself,
What?
aboard the Fancy as he attacks the ship known as the Gunsway.
That is
The
so
level
effing
would feature
cool.
sword fighting with other pirates, and using the ship's cannons to take down the Gunsway. They built Henry Avery's ship as a full playspace, so the player could maneuver around
Jesus,
it freely,
that is insane.
even being able to climb on the rigging. This would be necessary as it had also been built to be destructible, gradually having pieces of it blown away in the battle. We then jump back to the present. Nate and Elena return to Sully on the surface with their findings, only to end up being caught by the Coast Guard.
And what's very interesting about this, when they talk about Elena and Nate, it's like they're still hunting for treasures, because obviously if you see the final version of the game, he's retired. He's got his own, is it a shoreline warehouse slash industry business, import export business that he gets on with, right? With his partner. And that's what you kind of see, the content retired treasure hunter. But clearly from what I'm seeing here from Amy Hennig, that wasn't the case. There were a couple and they were still getting involved with escapades, which I think is really, really cool.
They have their discoveries taken away from them, and they leave empty-handed.
Yikes.
One fact about this level is that after the game was reworked and the level was scrapped, the environment team still liked it so much that they included a reference to it in the final game in Chapter 12.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, this next part really absolutely blew my mind.
We now have a time skip. Many months have passed since the crew were caught in the Bahamas. Nate discovers that the same artifacts they'd found in Avery's ship will soon be on display at an upcoming gala in London. Nate enlists the help of Elena and Sully again, as well as Charlie Cutter. They come up with a plan. Nate and Elena will enter the event posing as guests. Sully will be disguised as a repairman with a van and get in through the back. Cutter will already be inside, disguised as a waiter. They're going to work together to steal back the key that they found in the Bahamas. That key holds crucial clues that they need to find Henry Avery's long-lost pirate treasure. Nate and Elena get inside.
This part is so damn cool. Obviously, this is just like placeholding the characters. Obviously, Nate wouldn't walk in dressed like that into a very fancy, schmancy, do a big event, right, at the London Gala. But I just like the fact you got these two beloved characters. They're blocking out their moves, right? And this really, as an Uncharted fan, this really breaks my heart that I got to see all this stuff.
To the main ballroom. Along the way, they spot various artifacts on display that they recognize from the wreck of Henry Avery's ship in the Bahamas.
Oh boy. Well, here we go.
Deep breath.
I used to love these video vlogs of the Uncharted games where they would have the actors dressed up in these ridiculous mocap outfits. And luckily, you can still get those on YouTube, and it's great to see it here. But I watch this now with some bittersweet affection because this could have been the actual game we might have had in the end. But of course, Neil Druckmann, Interference Supremo, Devil Overlord, Pervoid, Feminist, whatever you want to call this guy, he ruined this game for me, for many, many fans. But yeah, let's carry on.
You're doing great.
Not a hardened thief like you.
Hey, ex-thief. I've been reformed.
Oh, so he is kind of semi-retired.
So?
Yeah. Besides, can't steal
what's already yours.
That's my girl. Let me just find the key, lift it when no one's looking, slip right out of here.
Oh,
no, no, North, you're so damn cool, dude.
Might be time for that, too. Look, no surprises, okay? Promise. Okay, Charlie, you read me?
Affirmative.
Is there any sign of the key?
I haven't spotted it yet.
Check your mic. You sound muffled.
Sorry. Testing, testing, testing.
That's Graham McTavish speaking. That's definitely him speaking.
When they reach the ballroom, they then find the key on display. But there's too many people around. No way to grab it yet.
There it is.
Yeah. However will we get by these ropes, though?
I know they're velvet.
We might need something sophisticated, like scissors. This is actually gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
Behind the rope, please, sir.
Oh.
Sorry. Oh, what did I tell you? What did I tell you? It's easy.
Well,
We're ready to make the swap. Sully, you in position?
Just a sec. Bit of a hold-up.
What's that?
I said, what's a hold-up? You mind?
Sorry. Yeah, listen, as I said, I haven't heard anything about a plumbing emergency. Can't let you in.
Well, suit yourself. You can explain it to your boss and his guests when they're up to their ankles in shit.
Oh, wait. You know, it's fine. You're going through.
All right. Thanks. Good man.
At this point, Cutter shows up on the main floor. He encounters Nate and Elena, who are surprised when they notice that he has chosen to wear facial prosthetics. He hands them a decoy key hidden under his waiter's tray.
Champagne?
oh God.
No. It's me. It's Johnny. I'm in disguise.
Not necessary.
What are you... Nobody here knows you. You should be glad I'm not wearing the ump.
The what?
Yeah, it reminds me of that scene from Big Trouble in Little China where Kurt Russell goes to that whorehouse and he's in disguise, yet nobody will know who he is. So why didn't he just go as his Jack Burton self, not in disguise? That was kind of like a goofy aspect, and I guess they're kind of riffing off that as well in some ways.
What? A decoy.
Thank you.
Oh, certainly, sir. Madam?
No surprises. None.
But what really breaks my heart, you have people like Todd Stashwick, Alan Tudyk possibly involved, right, in one of these scenes, Graham McTavish, the great man himself. These guys wasted their time being in these scenes only to be scrapped, get paid, move on to Neil Druckmann's shitty vision of the final game. It's terrible, and this all adds to crunch, folks. You know, game crunch is not just about guys and girls sat behind their desks coming up with crazy assets bin files to bring your video games to life. It's about the external stuff, the payments, the salaries, the actors and actresses who sign up to be in these roles, and hopefully it helps the game to become a massive hit, right? And you know, that's why game preservation matters. So people like the Kempi, who took ages to make this documentary for us, that's why video game preservation, folks, matters. I'll say it now, I'll say it when I'm on my deathbed, I'll always maintain that.
Be right there, madam.
T-poses, please?
Don't T-pose.
How we doing, Sully?
Back on track.
Good.
This is amazing.
All right, we've got the replica. Sure glad we had Charlie bring it in.
Yeah, we never would have gotten it past those metal detectors.
All right, listen, Sonny. As soon as you're ready to cut the power, let us know and we'll get into position.
You
got
called
it.
him Sonny.
Okay. I'm going in.
Call them Sonny.
Call them
Listen, Sonny.
because it was soon.
The gameplay now switches to Sully. Sully's job is to navigate his way through the various staff-only and maintenance areas, in search of the electrical panel to cut the power. Along the way, he makes use of a wire tracer to help him find the correct path to take. He tries to enter the cellar, but the door is locked. With no other way inside, he radios Cutter and asks him to swipe the necessary keycard from a member of staff. Cutter tries to obtain the keycard from a character known as the High Commissioner. However, he fails to obtain it and asks Nate and Elena to help.
He's a nimble bastard, isn't he? just can't get close enough to him.
I'll try and slow him down for you.
They do their best to tail him, but along the way they are spotted by a character referred to as the Bahamian. Best to tail him, but along the way they are...
I'm not sure, but I think this person here might be Amy Hennig. That might be her, but I could be wrong.
He's a nimble bastard, isn't he? I just can't get close enough to him.
I'll try and slow him down for you.
They do their best to tail him, but along the way they are spotted by a character referred to as the Bahamian, who recognizes them as they were pictured in the news back in the Bahamas. His interest in Nate and Elena could spell disaster for their attempt to stay undercover.
I mean, the funny thing is, right, people like Graham McTavish would probably hold the key as to what went wrong with their exits, their sudden exit from the video game. Because again, news outlets like IGN were reporting on this, but they weren't getting the full facts. So I'll be very curious if he ever spills the beans one day.
Do you want a mustache?
I have a mustache.
Yeah. Do you want a better one?
No.
It's here when you change your mind.
These actors are on point. Good. Oh my God, they're so good.
Sully makes it to the electrical panel. However, he notices that it's also fed by a backup power supply, which will need to be shut off before he can turn off the main power. He radios Nate and tells him that the backup power can be accessed from the roof of the building.
And of course he has to climb up it.
Nate makes it up to the roof, allowing the player to get a look at the vista of London.
I'm curious, is that actual concept artwork for this scene? I don't think it's AI. I don't want to discredit the Kempi by implying it's AI. But I'm going to sort of go out on a limb here and say this is actual concept artwork that somehow he managed to data mine and include in this documentary.
Roof of the building. Nate makes it up to the roof, allowing the player to get a look at the vista of London.
That's so
Nate
damn
then
cool.
finds the backup power and
turns it off.
disables it. On his way back, he runs into Sam. He hasn't seen Sam for 15 years. Ever since he was left behind in the prison escape. Sam talks to Nate, who just stands there, stunned. He doesn't have...
He looks a little bit like Bill Hader, doesn't he? Can you imagine if they got Bill Hader to be the voice of Sam Drake? That would have been incredible. But yeah, just the picture on the left reminded me of a Hader.
Have long to take in that his brother is still alive before Sam leaves, briefly passing Elena as she comes to look for Nate. He looks like he's seen a ghost. She urges him that they need to return to the ballroom.
Yeah, look at that, look at that. Dan Milligan, Illustration Limited, storyboard concept art. Again, might not have been too difficult to find. 7th, oh well, this could be the 9th of July, 2013, or maybe the 7th of September, depending on how you're reading that. That is
but he's
so
lost
cool.
in thought. She urges him again, and they both head back. They manage to return just as the dance begins. They partner up, and the player is given a dancing minigame, having to time button presses to the music.
That's so
They
cool.
get closer to the key as the song progresses. Once close enough, Sully cuts the power, and Elena grabs the key.
This
They try
blows
to
my
leave,
mind.
but don't get far before a guard notices the key is missing. With their cover now blown, Elena quickly takes off her high heels, and they start to run.
Which makes sense.
Come on, come on.
Wait. Okay, go.
She's so bossy. She's so bossy.
All four of them meet up outside.
Holy
They make
shit.
it to the nearby river and see boats, but they're on the other side.
That went well. Head for the river.
Oh, God.
Crap.
This feels like I'm watching a brand new Uncharted game for the very first time.
The other side.
There's got to be a way through. Over here.
Oh, bollocks.
We just need to find something to pry it open.
Have you lost your goddamn mind?
It's claustrophobia, isn't it?
Across the river.
No, we're not going across, are we?
We're going under.
If you played Uncharted 3, Charlie hates tight spaces.
The waiter isn't afraid of small spaces. And who are you?
I'm the waiter.
Who are you?
I'm the waiter. I'm the waiter. I'm the waiter. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm the waiter. I'm ready.
Brilliant.
They make use of an underground tunnel to get across and manage to escape in a boat.
So good, so good.
During the boat ride, Nate finds a clue hidden inside the key that leads them to their next destination, Scotland.
Ah!
I don't see anybody.
Looks like we lost him.
All right, throttle back, kid. Let's not attract any more attention.
Okay, so they take the wheel.
What, in the middle of it? Okay. All right, come on. Man, I sure hope that thing was worth all this.
It's a pigpen cipher, all right.
What's that?
It's a code originally used by the Freemasons.
And pirates.
It's a simple substitution cipher. Anybody could have solved it, just using frequency analysis.
It seems too easy.
Got it.
Whoa, how did you do that?
He spent the last...
Yeah, because in Uncharted 3, there was a hint of Freemasonry with the particular villainess, Catherine, wasn't it? So the fact they're kind of continuing that theme in this story of what we would have got if Amy Hennig was allowed to fulfill her vision.
6 months memorizing the code. Flashcards.
Yeah, it's her idea. Okay, listen to this. Between head that bows and teeth that bite, a twist of the blade betrays my flight. It's a riddle.
Well, a goddamn riddle.
Flight. That must mean Avery's escape.
Yeah, the head could be headlands. Maybe, along the coast.
Highlands?
And bow? Is he talking about a ship?
Could be.
No. It's the key itself. Look. The head or bow of the key, the teeth in the bit.
And the blade.
Exactly.
Wait, what are you doing?
You're gonna break...
Oh, tell you what, this is so good, you guys. Listen, make sure you go over to this guy's channel right here. I'm just going to go, I'm switching the wrong screen, the Kempy, and give him a sub. I've actually got up to this point in the documentary. I'm going to watch the rest later on. But you know what? When I've heard now that we could have seen a really cool flashback scene, maybe 5 minutes of Henry Avery doing his stuff on board that ship, that would have been incredible. It would have been a nice departure for this series because we've never actually seen that before. It's just normally the character flashbacks, but an historical flashback. I mean, yeah, in Drake's Fortune, you had the old found footage of the people turning crazy with the Mayan, with the treasures, the Mayan discoveries that they found, and the curse riddled them as zombies and killing people. That was great. God, man, I tell you, when I just think about the Uncharted franchise, what could it have been with number 4? And you know what, when I had gotten hold of the game, I was warned by a friend of mine that he said, look, before you get into this thinking it's your normal Uncharted game, it's not going to be. It's something completely different. It's a bit more slow paced, a bit more dramatic. Didn't know what he meant. And then, of course, now you kind of sit down and you play and you're thinking, hang on a minute, what's happened to the feels? The tone wasn't right. It just felt all over the place. Uncharted 4 Thieves' End was released 10 years ago today on May the 10th. And what did I say? And they gave us this shit character, Nadine Ross. And then by some strange coincidence, folks, on May the 10th, the Kempy released his video. It is synchronicity personified, folks. I absolutely love it. And on that one, ladies and gentlemen, if you are an Uncharted fan like I am, leave your thoughts, leave your comments below, because if it wasn't for the article and website called insidergaming.com, I may not have known about this. So thank you very much for them for shouting it out Thank you very much to the Kempy, who's obviously a Scottish geezer, from the sound of his dulcet tones for piecing together this important piece of video game preservation. And on that one, ladies and gentlemen, if I were you and if you were me, I will catch you catching me for the return of the next video.
Something so secret and so valuable, they couldn't risk it getting out.
All right, Nate, just pretend for a minute that I don't really care about any of that stuff and cut to the chase, would you?
Man only interested in the climax. He must be a real hit with the ladies.
Never had any complaints.
Okay, then. I'll jump to the good part, just for you.
Ho, ho, ho.
Huh?
El goddamn Dorado.
Whatever you do, numbnuts, don't search for this term on Google. Got that?
Rolling down to Dallas,